What's up, everybody? It's Pichael. We're taking a look at the Dallas Cowboys. So, full disclosure, I'm a Giants fan. I don't hate the Cowboys like a lot of Giants fans do, but I'm definitely more negative towards them because they're the Dallas Cowboys. So, just keep that in mind as we go through this video. This year, the NFC East plays against the NFC West and the AFC North. So they will get the 49ers, Seahawks, Rams, and Cardinals. You don't really want to play the 49ers. The Cardinals are a good matchup. The Seahawks are a good matchup, generally. And then what was the other one? AFC North. Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals. So the Bengals and the Browns gave up a lot of points last year. Ravens and Steelers were pretty tough. But it shouldn't scare you away from the Cowboys. The Cowboys should be pretty good this year, I think. And let's see what their odds are to win the Super Bowl. They're plus 1,600, which is one of the lower ones. So it's like 2, 4, 6. They're one of the like 8 favorites to win. But they're a very public team, so those lines are generally inflated. Dallas Cowboys at 9.5 for their win total. I would certainly bet the under. The under is plus 123. I will be betting the under at some point before the season starts. I think I'll have to double check by looking at their schedule and everything and look at their roster, but I feel like the under's what I want to happen. So like I said, I'm biased because I'm a Giants fan. And the other thing that I'm thinking of right now is that Earl Thomas was just released. I would be surprised if he didn't become a Cowboy. So let's see what players they lost. They got rid of Jason Witten. They got rid of Randall Cobb. So those are 2 pretty good players. Byron Jones is a good cornerback. He's gone, so I like that. Jeff Heath, I feel like he played well last year as well. Obviously, they also got rid of their coach, Jason Garrett. So that's something to keep in mind. They have Mike McCarthy, which is, spoiler alert, that's also my name. That's their new head coach. Darius Jackson, Hyder, Cooper Rush is now a Giant. Taco Charlton, I don't think that he ever realized his potential in Dallas. And then they got Everson Griffin. Everson Griffin is a very good player from the Vikings. Andy Dalton should be a good backup. I think that he was on a bad team with the Bengals for the most part, and he was hurt a lot. But I think Andy Dalton, if he had to fill in for Dak Prescott, I think that he would be a good player to have as your backup. Greg Zuerlein, very good kicker. Greg the Leg. HaHa Clinton-Dix, one of the best safeties and best names in the NFL. Daryl Worley, not sure how I feel about that. I do recognize the name, though. I forget what team he's played on in the past. So let's take a look at their depth chart, because there are a lot of names that you will know. So Dak Prescott and Andy Dalton. I never have Dak Prescott on my team, and I'm not going to start now. I just can't do it to myself. Feels bad, man. Zeke, I will have exposure to Zeke in best ball. I will probably also have exposure to Dak in best ball, but I won't have to look at it every single week. So, if it was a season-long team, I wouldn't have to think to myself, do I want to play Dak or do I not want to play Dak? I would just have him in a best ball team and let him run out there and get me some good weeks, give me some bad weeks, and I'll just deal with it. Tony Pollard is a very good best ball pick because Zeke has been an Iron Man throughout his career. I would not be surprised if they gave their RB2 more touches. And Tony Pollard has looked good when filling in for Zeke. So I do like him as a late round target. I think a lot of people in best ball snatch him up because they have the same thought that I do. So I'm not sure if there's much of an edge there, but it's something to keep in the back of the mind. Amari Cooper, he's pretty good. I was a huge Amari Cooper fan his first couple years when he was on the Raiders, but he's not my kind of guy. He's not the kind of wide receiver I target in season-long leagues. Just pretty... It feels bad to roster him a lot of the time. Michael Gallup had a pretty good year last year, but now they also have CeeDee Lamb. So all 3 of these players should be taken into consideration for best ball. I'm not sure if it's going to work out well, but I'd be lying to you if I said they weren't important players to have an opinion on. And then Blake Jarwin, he is very interesting. I don't think that he has tremendous season-long upside, but if you have Dak and you need a second tight end on a best ball team, I would draft Blake Jarwin, but I think that you need to draft him as like your tight end one. Otherwise, you're taking two tight ends too early, and it would just get messy. So I don't know what tight ends I'd really like to pair with Blake Jarwin, where I could feel like it's justifiable to have both of them. Like maybe if you have Travis Kelce, maybe that makes it a little easier if he falls to you. But probably not a tight end that I'm going to have a ton of exposure to. I will have him in best ball, I'm sure, but I'm still refining my best ball process. So that's basically it for this sham of an organization. The Dallas Cowboys, America's team. Yeah, right. I hate the Cowboys. Not as much as most Giants fans, but not a fan. So that's all I got for the Cowboys. Tony Pollard. Interesting. Interesting.